Hey, you guys, I'm just waiting for a few more people to get the live notification. I hope everybody's Wednesday is going well. Check our sound and video. All right, everyone's getting the live notification, so we'll go ahead and get this party started. Good afternoon, you guys. For those of you who don't know, this is Bridget with Horse Auctions USA. It is the third Wednesday of the month, and that means that we are live at Interstate Regional Stockyards in Cuba, Missouri for the monthly horse sale. And baby, we have got a horse sale today. A lot of stock back there. Going to be right around 400 head, potentially a tick more than 400 head selling tonight. Big sale, guys. Lots of horses, from itty bitty, and by itty bitty I mean 26 inches tall, right on up to 17.2. There's a nice big Belgian back there, and we got everything in between. Right around 312 or 15 of the early consignment horses. And then we've got uh, right about 75 or 80 riders after that. And then, of course, loose horses. So a lot of stock, going to be a late night, guys. So I just thought we would pop on here, talk about that, and then go over the online bidding and all that good stuff. And I was going to tell you guys about a couple of horses that were kind of they didn't get advertised until today, didn't have any information until today, and they're kind of horses that you probably ought to know a little something about. So I wanted to mention those. Definitely check the online catalog. There's been a lot of additions. If you're looking for donkeys, we've got some great little jennies, little bred jennies, spotted ones, black ones, gray ones, all the colors. Miniature horses, some super cute little mini mares. All of them have been running with a 27 or 8-inch Appaloosa mini stallions. There's a little jag of those guys. And then riding horses. There's a pretty fancy son of Atticat. It's a real good son of Highbrow Cat. He's here. There is a breeding stallion, barrel racers. For those of you looking, he's a famous JR son. He's here, 5-panel negative, all that good stuff. There is a gray gelding here who's an own son of CS Flashlight. Going to definitely be a highlight type of horse, so definitely check him out. I believe he's number 24, I believe. There should be a reel up and a video of him just down the page, a post or two. Real fancy POA gelding. He's a new addition, got big black leopard spots all over. Just a real cool set of horses. Like I said, got them in all sizes, got them for all disciplines. We got gaited horses. There's some fancy registered gaiters, including Pasafinos and Tennessee Walkers, and of course, Missouri Foxtrotter. We are in Missouri. Yeah, really cool group. So check it out. Start time 6 p.m. Central Standard Time for those of you who aren't watching from right here in the area. We, as you can see, are looking at the ring right now. We'll sell the saddles that you see right at 6 o'clock. Those are not available for online bidding, and they will rock through those pretty quickly. So 6:20, 6:25 or so, we will start on the horses. They will roll through those horses between 30 and 35 an hour. They'll keep the pace up pretty quick tonight, again, because we do have a lot of horses. So if you are planning on participating in online bidding, this is kind of my warning. You definitely get your bids in. Don't be kind of dragging your feet on the online bidding tonight, because again, we do have a lot of stock, and Ed and Ernie are going to go through them pretty quickly. So now that we've kind of covered all of that, let me walk you through the online bidding stuff. For those of you who are new, for those of you who've been with us before, this will be old news. You can probably recite this whole thing, but for those of you who are new and thinking about doing the online bidding, you might find this helpful. So I'm going to go ahead and change your view so that you guys are looking at my computer screen instead of the ring. So now you should have my computer screen in front of you. Yep, you sure do. And let's talk about how to bid online. So you can either bid from your computer or a browser, or you can bid from our app. If you're going to use your cell phone, tablet, any kind of mobile device, I'm going to strongly recommend that you use the Horse Auctions USA app. It's super, super easy to use. You do not have to be even remotely tech savvy to operate it. Overwhelmingly, my customers who have the app find it very easy to use. It's super user friendly. And again, don't have to be a computer guru to run the app. So to get the app, you're going to go to the App Store if you have an Apple product like an iPhone or an iPad, or the Google Play Store if you have a Samsung, Android, etc. you're going to go to the search bar and you are going to type horse auctions with an S at the end, USA, and our little logo is going to pop up. And then you just click get or install, depending on what your store says, and you're off to the races. You can alternatively, if you're on the device you want to install it on, you can go to horseauctionsusa.com, click on our app, and download directly from that link. So either way works. And that this is what the app will look like once you've got it on your phone. Okay, that's exactly what it looks like. For the rest of you, you can use any browser that your little heart desires, although I do recommend that you use Google Chrome simply because it tends to be the most up-to-date browser. You're going to go up in your address bar and you are going to type bid, that's BID, like you're placing a bid, and then a period, horse, auctions with an S at the end, USA.com, and hit enter. Whether you're on the app or on your browser, the rest of this is pretty much the same. When you first open your app or you first come to this address in your browser, it's going to bring you to our landing page. And as the name implies, we do sales all over the USA. So you're going to see all kinds of horse sales all over the place listed. The one we're worried about today, though, folks, is right here, and that is Interstate Regional Stockyards. Because it's the next sale chronologically, it's going to be the first one you see. For those of you looking on the app, they're listed up and down, to fit your phone. So you're going to click View Auction beneath Interstate Regional Stockyards, and that's going to bring this up. This is an index, if you will, of the horses. Now, I have a boatload of tags to load in here. So this is telling you right now 234. That number is going to jump almost double actually when I get done this little video tutorial. So I'm going to go in there and load all those other tags. So you're going to see this change drastically in the next 20 minutes or so. Okay. So once you're over here, like I said, this is basically an index, if you will, right? You can kind of scroll through and see the horses that are consigned. If you see one you'd like to know more about, like Bessie right here, you can click on their listing and that'll bring up their full page. It's going to give you their full description here. If they have a video, it's going to tell you they've got a video, and the video is always going to be their second thumbnail, right? So here's Bessie's first picture. Here's Bessie's video. You can play it right there in the browser, right? And then any additional photos. Once you're logged in, you'll see there's a little star here. You can star your favorites and keep a list and all that good stuff. So that's kind of a little bit about how to navigate. If you're looking for something very specific, you don't want to scroll through the index of horses, you can use the search option. You see this little search glass here? You can do it there on your browser, or you can do it here up top in search. If you're on the app, you're going to have the little search glass, right? Okay, so in the little search glass or up here, you're going to type, I don't know, buckskin, right? You only want buckskin. And that's going to pop up anything that lists buckskin, okay? So it's like a keyword search. So if you just kind of want to pare things down, you can certainly do it that way. That is an option available to you. So you'll notice under every single lot, it says register to bid, and that is exactly how you would register to be an online bidder. You can click register to bid under any lot in the auction. Doesn't matter which one, it'll register you for the whole auction. I'm going to go ahead and click it here. And what that's going to do is bring up this little screen. If you've never used Horse Auctions USA before, ever, you've never made an account, don't be popping your email address and your password in here, because this is for existing users, right? If you're brand spanking new, you want to go down here and click no account, sign up here, and then put your information in. Make sure that that is checked and continue. When you hit continue, you're going to need to go a little further with this and get your mailing address and your phone number and a credit or a debit card. And this is very important. Please listen carefully. I have to make sure that you folks on the other end of this that are placing bids tonight are real people over the age of 18 with a valid payment method, right? I'll take your bids in good faith. I need to make sure they're coming from actual people. So you do have to put in a debit or a credit card in order to bid online. When you do that, Horse Auctions USA is going to place a $500 pre-authorization on that card. We are not charging you to register to bid, okay? It's never going to complete. It's going to fall off and go away like it was never there. It is going to put a hold on there, though, okay? So your bank, if you have mobile banking, you might get a notification that looks like a charge. Again, if you get in there, you'll see it's just pending. It never completes. It's going to fall off like it was never there. So just be advised that that is going to happen. I hate that we have to do it, but, these are the times we live in. So you will have to do that to register. You do not have to pay for your purchases with that card. You're going to be paying Interstate Regional Stockyards directly for any of your winning bids, and they don't even have access to your card information. All right, that's just to get you registered on here. So you can pay cash or check at pickup. You can use a card. The girls will be in touch with you at the end of the auction. I'm going to go ahead and get registered to bid in my bidder account so we can talk about how the actual bidding process works. Do check remember me on this device, guys, if you are using your own device, like, not the public library, or something that you share with someone you don't want to have access to your account. And I'm going to show you why in a minute. So if you're using your own device, definitely make sure this is checked. And now you're going to see how things have changed. First and foremost, my name is now in the upper right hand corner. And secondly, my registered to bid prompts have changed. Now they say bid. That's because I am registered to bid and I am logged in. The reason I told you to make sure that was checked, is because if you are planning on bidding with us live, like I said, it's going to be pretty rapid tonight, right? A lot of horses are going to rock through these things pretty fast. I have had bidders in the past not stay signed in, and they've got their horse all picked out. They've done their due diligence. They're ready to bid. They get on here, watch live. Anybody can watch live. This is a really important thing. Like, you don't have to have an account with us to watch live. So just because you're watching doesn't mean you're logged in. So I've had people in the past get on, they're watching, they're ready to go. Their horse comes in, they go to bid, but they didn't log in. And so if you're not logged in and registered, you can't bid. And what'll end up happening is by the time you do get logged in and get back over, that horse will be sold. So that's why I'm just telling you, kind of a good habit to get into whenever you open the app, whenever you go here, make sure you see your name up here. Just save you that kind of headache. When we're live tonight, you're going to click on the first slot, which is 0, or what if we're already like the auction's underway and you can tell, click on the active item, click view live. It'll say loading broadcast like that. That's what we're doing right now. So that's what the broadcast is. And then there's your live feed, right? You'll have real-time audio, video, and your bid button. I know some people have a hard time following an auctioneer. Ed Norris will be our auctioneer for most of the night tonight. Ernie Schenker will give him some breaks. And they're both pretty easy to follow. But now, having said that, if you are a person that has a hard time following an auctioneer, and there's a lot of you out there, don't panic, okay? I'm going to tell you about the horses, so you'll hear me just like you hear me now. I'm going to give you the information about the horses. Then they're going to start doing what they do, right? They're going to auctioneer, and that means they've got a little chant going. Don't get hung up on trying to figure out what they're saying if you have a hard time following an auctioneer. You guys need to worry about this number. My job is to keep up with the auctioneer. This number is going to change with whatever they're asking for. So the number that they're asking for, the bid they're asking for, that's going to be the number that shows up here. So if you're watching live tonight and you want to bid, okay, so like here, this currently says the bid would be at 1,000 if we were live. So I'm going to say, yep, I'm ready to do that. I'm going to click it. I have not bid yet, guys. You see how it says confirm bid? You got to click a second time. So I'm going to click it again. Bam. No question, I'm the high bidder now, right? It's changed to green. It's telling me I'm the high bidder. So if you're planning on bidding live tonight, that's a really important thing. Make sure when it says confirm bid, you do in fact confirm the bid, because otherwise you haven't placed your bid, okay? So that's for when we're watching live. You may be wondering why, if we're not live yet, you have the option to currently place bids on all of these lots. What's up with that? Well, you can place absentee bidding or pre-bid, if you will. There's a few times that you're going to want to use that. The obvious is maybe you just can't watch live tonight, right? Maybe you got to work. Maybe you have to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. And so staying up to watch horses until 2 or 3 is not in the cards for you. So for obvious reasons, that would suit you folks just fine. Less obvious reasons that I do want to touch on. First and foremost being, if you have horses, you probably live in rural America. And in much of rural America, we have pretty lousy internet service. So I mean, you know what your internet situation is at home. When you're trying to download stuff or watch a movie or YouTube or anything like that, if it's constantly buffering or lagging, or if you have a hard time, sending stuff, then you probably have slow internet. The internet here at Interstate Regional Stockyards is quite good, so there will be no delay on my end. However, I have absolutely no control on what's going on your end, right? So if you have poor internet at home, you might want to be thinking about this, because if you have doggy internet wherever you're bidding from, there's a very good chance your bid is going to come in too late, right? And once Ed or Ernie says sold, it's all over, except for the crying, it's done. We can't take a bid after they say sold. So that's another time. The last scenario where you may want to take advantage of the absentee bidding is if you find making big decisions under pressure just way too stressful, and buying a horse is a big decision for a lot of you. Maybe this takes the pressure off, because you can kind of think about it and place your bid. So I'm going to show you how that works. Okay. And I'm going to use this practice lot here. And having said that, that's exactly what this is, guys. It's a practice lot. So if you're new, this lot only, don't be bidding on these horses down here, but on this lot 0 sale practice lot, you can place some practice bids and kind of get a feel for things. So please feel free. You see there's a little drop down arrow and it's here on all of them. That's for you to place a pre-bid or an absentee bid. So I'm going to click on that and it says create a max bid. I'm going to go ahead and slap a max bid in here for this practice lot of $2,500. And I'm going to show you what happens. And this is going to answer one of the most common questions I get. I'm going to place that bid. Okay, so you guys just saw that I placed a $2,500 maximum bid, but you'll notice that I'm still the high bidder at $1,000. I've had people have concerns that the computer is just going to take that maximum and slap you in there at your maximum. It is not going to do that. Once you place that maximum bid, the computer is now your agent. The computer's job is to keep you the winning bidder for the lowest possible amount. Okay. So when I put that max bid in, the computer says, okay, well, you're already the high bidder at $1,000. So we're just going to file that around and keep it for later. Okay. It's not going to jump your bid. If one of you guys comes along and you bid $1,500, my computer's going to say, oh, okay, yep, we got a $1,500 bid, but it's going to put me back in, and it's going to put me back in at no more than $1,750, right? Because that's the next available increment. So the reason I'm telling you that is just don't be afraid the computer's just going to, go hog wild with it. It is not. So that's how that works. One other thing about this, if you place an absentee bid on a horse and an announcement is made on that horse that differs from the information here, for example, the horse, they call the horse to crib and it didn't say it was a cribber, or that horse comes in, it's visibly lame to me, or that horse comes in and it has a wound that wasn't disclosed or mentioned, I'm going to take your pre-bid out. Okay. I'm just going to knock it right out of the game, because that's not fair. That's a change of information, and now the floor has information available to them that you didn't have when you placed your bid. So that's a little bit about how all this works, you guys. I'm going to encourage you to register for bidding before we start at 6 o'clock. Once we start, I'm up here on the block. I absolutely cannot and will not answer this phone. So we'll have to text, and even that is a little bit of a challenge just because of the pace that we keep going. So I would encourage you to register prior to the start of the auction, just in case you have a snag or a hiccup. When you're done bidding for the night, you do need to call the Interstate Regional Stockyards office. Don't call me. You need to call the Interstate Regional Stockyards sale office. And you do need to call them tonight. Otherwise, the girls are going to be calling you at 3 or 4 in the morning, and nobody wants that, because they do need to kind of know what your game plan is. If you need layover board, it is available. The Bard will charge you a nominal amount. We do ask that all internet horses be picked up by noon tomorrow if possible, but we understand all of you can't do that. So again, you can lay them over here for a day or two till transport can pick them up. And again, it's a nominal amount per head per day. Horse Hitchin is a transport company I just put on the Interstate Regional Stockyards page. They will be in attendance tonight. They're available for hauling throughout the U.S. I know they're headed to Florida. They're headed up to the Chicago area. They've got hauls kind of going all over the place. So if you are looking for transport, definitely hit Heather up there for that. And I think that's it. That's all. We'll be back live, like I said, probably about 6:20, 6:25. We'll fire this thing up. Again, my name is Bridget. The cell's 336-904-8903. If you have any questions or problems, and we'll see you guys tonight. Thank you very much.